fight because
How
of
many
it.
fingers?
One,
How about now?
two, one,
How about now?
two.
Good?
This fight because
How
of
many
it.
fingers?
One,
How about now?
two, one,
How about now?
two.
What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know boxing, coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Jo Diaz in the news. But actually, this video isn't really about Jo Diaz, but it's the start of it, right? As you guys know, Jo Diaz just fought Regis Prograis in what was a hell of a fight. Very, very great fight. JoJo hurt Regis several times. Regis was out, but besides the times JoJo was hurting Regis was out boxing or outlanding JoJo for sure. It was just a great fight, a really great fight. But one of the things that came to one of the issues that came up to me, as what you just saw in the beginning of this video, was the fact that, like, when the doctor called JoJo over to to make sure that he could see. And as you guys can see, the doctor would hold up like one finger or two fingers and say, "How many fingers am I holding up?" JoJo would say one. Then he would hold up one finger and then JoJo would say two. So it was like, and when I saw that, I'm like, damn, that's weird. Like, the first question that came to my mind was like, what was the point of sending him? What was the point of even doing that if you were gonna send him out regardless? Like, he got all the answers wrong, and you still sent him out. I didn't understand the purpose of that. Like, what was the point of that, right? It was to me, that, like, you're supposed to be doing this for the fighter's safety, and you just literally, he just got both of the questions that you asked him wrong, and you still send them out. And so it kind of brought to my attention, like, what the things that boxing does. And at the very end of the day, the fighters are the ones that have to suffer. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's talk about it. Manny Pacquiao versus Tim Bradley, right? Everybody knows, I think everybody and their mama knows that Manny Pacquiao should have won that fight, right? But the judges gave it to Tim Bradley. Now, I haven't seen one person hold none of those judges accountable, right? But who do they often hold? Who do they hold accountable? Who has to suffer through that? The fighters. I always felt like, bro, like, why are we putting our anger towards the fighter? Granted, I understand Tim Bradley didn't do himself any favors by saying that he felt like he won that fight. I think if Tim Bradley would have came out and been like, you know what, hey, bro, I know that he didn't get me. Let's go ahead and get the rematch because, you deserve a rematch. I mean, I know I didn't get him. I know I didn't, beat him or whatnot. But let's go ahead and get the rematch or whatnot, and we'll settle the score or whatever. Unless if he truly thought that he won that fight. Now, I will say this, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I will say this. I went back and watched the Tim Bradley fight with Manny Pacquiao, and I don't think that he lost as clear as people tried to make it. Cause at first I had the fight like I had it like when I was initially watching it, I think I had it like 10 rounds to 2. But I think when I went back to watch it, I had it like 8 rounds to 4. I don't think I had it as close to 7 rounds to 3. I mean 7 rounds to 5. But I did have it like 8 rounds to 4 when I went back and watched it. So it wasn't as bad as I thought, but I still clearly thought Pacquiao should have won that fight. But if Tim Brad, if a fighter truly feels like he won the fight, and I mean truly feel like he won the fight, then I don't ever feel like they should. I feel like they should stand on what they believe, and if they believe they want to fight, I will. But the thing that goes about it is Tim Bradley is not the one that judged the fight. Those judges are the ones who judged the fight. But yet Tim Bradley was the one receiving death threats and everything like that. And it often sucks because the fighters have to suffer through everything. And nobody holds anybody else accountable. When I remember when Amir Khan fought Lamont Peterson, right? And Lamont Peterson beat him, and I'm not gonna lie, I love him. Y'all, if y'all know my channel, y'all know I love Lamont Peterson to death. Love that man to death. Great fighter. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like Amir Khan didn't really beat him. Amir Khan beat Lamont Peterson in my eyes, and the ref took a point away from Amir Khan, I believe, for pushing or something like that. And it was something like dude didn't even warn Amir Khan. Like, I think he talked to him like maybe once about it, and he took the point away. Nobody like holds that referee accountable, like, bro. And this is off the dome. I'm just thinking of examples off the dome. So I'm pretty sure there's more examples throughout the years, but that's something I always felt like was unfair. Nobody holds the referee accountable. Nobody says, hey, bro, like how do you sit here and and discredit, or how do you sit here and take away points without even warning, and all pretty much cost Amir Khan the fight? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of things that judges do or referees do, and they don't have to take any accountability for it. Just the fighters do. So I feel like it's something that needs to be said. I think that doctor needs to be held accountable for that. Like, why would you send him out knowing that he can't see? Knowing that he can't see, he was getting the answers wrong to your questions. Now, if something ends up happening to where JoJo Diaz's eyes are like he can't see out of that eye permanently, then what? You're not gonna be held accountable. You're not gonna be. Ain't no person's gonna be charged against you. You ain't gonna be held accountable for not doing your job, and you should be held accountable for not doing your job. So that's why I say, man, it's just like, for me, I think that these fighters, or like these. I think that judges and referees should be held more accountable than what the fighters are. They just get a pass for everything. CJ Ross never got held accountable, and even granted, yes, Floyd Mayweather got the victory over Canelo Alvarez, but nobody holds CJ Ross accountable for scoring that fight 114 a draw. Everybody and their mama, including Team Canelo Alvarez, even if you go back, I don't think they even have it on YouTube anymore. But if you watch boxing the way I did, and you watch all the All Access, and then the All Access epilogue after Mayweather and Canelo fight, when they said scorecard Judge CJ Ross 114 a draw, even Chippo, I think his name is Chippo, I think Eddie Reynoso's father, who was initially Canelo's trainer, even dude was saying, bro, this was not a draw. Like, this was no draw. Like, and he even stated that when they announced that, bro. But the judge doesn't get held accountable for it. The judge who scored the fight 10-2 for Canelo in the Triple G fight, that judge, I don't even see, like, how do they not hold? They need those judges need to be held accountable. They need to be speaking. They need to be held front line center. You need to explain to us, or you need to make a video explaining to us, going over the fight, how you scored each round for this guy, because there's no way on God's green earth, and I don't even care for Triple G, but you can't tell me that you gave that fight to Canelo 10-2. Are you crazy? Like, Triple G won that first fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you can sit here and tell me otherwise. You can't sit here and convince me that you gave Canelo 10 rounds, bro. That don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? So, but the fighter has to suffer through that. You get what I'm saying? Through everything that I just named, the fighter is the one that has to suffer through it, and I don't think that's fair. You know what I'm saying? They need to work on that. They need to hold these judges, these doctors, these referees accountable for that. I can't really think of any. I'm pretty sure you guys could just drop it in the comment section if you guys could think of something that happened more recent, like with the referee. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I know for a fact, like, once I get done with this, I ponder on it for a while, I'll be able to think of something. I probably should have done some notes before I even did this video, but I like to just go off the top of the dome just to show off my knowledge in boxing just off the dome. But it's just not right, man, because again, at the end of the day, the fighters have to suffer. Now, I would love to see a rematch with JoJo Diaz and Regis Prograis, because that fight was very, very good. I don't know if it's hard for me to tell you that it was first of all, it was not a robbery. If anybody says it was a robbery, it wasn't. JoJo hurt Regis plenty of times, but it was like, aside from the times that he hurt Regis, like, Regis was dominating the fight. So it's kind of it's a tricky fight. It's a tricky score. It's a tricky fight to score. I'm not gonna sit here and lie about that. It's tricky, but I do feel like JoJo ultimately, I think, if JoJo would have won, I wouldn't have been mad. Regis won, I'm not upset, but I do want a rematch. I would love to see a rematch between the two, because ultimately, if I'm being honest, I don't see neither one of them winning a title, especially at 140. And it's funny, man, because JoJo's not really known for being a heavy hitter, but boy, he was dropping bombs. And is it me, or does JoJo just look a lot, like, bigger, bro? Like, I get it that he moved up to 140, but JoJo just looked big in that fight, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't coming to play no games, bro. So I definitely think JoJo has more fight in him. I like to see him. I don't know if he'll win a championship or a title, but I definitely would like to see him again or whatever. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. What do you think about it? And drop it in the comment section if you can think of a time where a judge or a referee should have been held accountable for something that they did wrong, you know, because this is going on too much in the sport of boxing. But what do I know?